Hey everybody, it's Sharmel. Welcome back to my channel. So if you guys have been keeping up, I have been taking you guys along this journey of me transitioning from locks back to loose hair. And so today I am back with a hair update, so let's get right into it.
The sun shines on all of my glory. My flaws don't look so bad at all. What was I so afraid of?
Alright y'all, so it's been about 2 weeks now that I've been back as a loose natural. Again, if you guys have been following me through this transition, I already told you guys my why. I talked about that in my 3-year lock update. I will have that link down below if you want more details about my why. I also did the actual takedown process of me showing you guys how I combed out my locks. I will have that link down below. And I also showed you guys what my hair looked like when I first finished combing them out and what my first wash process was like. And I will have that video linked down below as well. So again, it's been about 2 weeks now and I'm definitely getting more settled into having loose hair again. So I kind of just want to update you guys on like how I'm feeling about it, as well as just kind of cover some questions I've been seeing across my platforms, and then give you guys an actual update about like the actual health and integrity of my hair. So let's get started. So first up, how do I feel now that I am back as a loose natural? So I've said this several times. I think that the biggest feeling that I've been having is just shock. The shock is not as much as it was when I first combed them out, but it's still shock. Like, I'll look in the mirror and I'll be like, who is this, right? It's just one, the shock of it just being different, as well as the shock that I actually went through with the process. If I could sum it up in one word, it's just shock, right? And that's not necessarily bad or good. It's just different, I guess you can say. But I am adjusting. I get more used to it every day. So I feel like by the end of this month, you know, it'll kind of settle in and I'll just get kind of comfortable with the idea of me having loose hair again. The next thing I want to talk about is, do I miss my locks? And the answer is yes and no. Yes, I miss them because I had them for 3 years. You know, I was very comfortable with them. 3 years is a long time. Having something for 3 years, it definitely becomes a part of your life. For the last 3 years, I think that my locks have played a big role in my life. Obviously, it played a big role in my content. I talked about this in a lot of videos. It played a big role in my overall like self-love, self-discovery journey. And so yes, having them for 3 years and not having them anymore, yes, I miss them. However, like I mentioned in my 3-year lock update, you know, when you're ready for something, you're ready. So in a sense, I don't miss them because when I made the decision to comb them out, I was ready to do so, right? I didn't do it like impulsively or anything like that. There was just like a calm feeling that I had when I made the decision to comb out my locks. So I don't have like any regret or like, why did I do this? Because again, I was just ready. So yeah, it's kind of mixed. Like, yes, I miss them, but no, I don't. And I told you guys before, like, I think at some point in my life, I will eventually return to locks. So yeah, I'm not really worried about it right now because I know that if I want locks again, I can very well go ahead and do that. But yeah, so far, I think my biggest adjustment going back to loose hair is just allocating time to actually comb my hair and to do it. So as somebody who always does their hair, right? You know, guys know I was always doing something with my locks. So I feel like I really didn't realize how low maintenance my locks were until like I didn't have them, right? Before, with my locks, just for like basic everyday styling, it would take me no more than 5 to 10 minutes to do something to my locks. A lot of times I didn't even have to do anything to my locks if I didn't want to. But now, as a loose natural, you know, I definitely have to set aside more time getting ready in the morning, you know, to account for doing my hair. That means I've been having to wake up a little earlier on days when I know I'm really doing something and need to do my hair. So far, yeah, that's just the biggest adjustment. But what I will say is that compared to how my hair was pre-locks to how it is post-locks, because my hair has grown quite a bit, it's been 3 years, I do feel like the length of my hair makes it a little easier to manage and to do things, because at the bare minimum, if I don't have enough time to like do an elaborate style, my hair is long enough for me to slick back in a ponytail or to put up in a puff or something like that. So yes, I still am adjusting to just making sure I schedule enough time in the morning or whatever to do my hair, but I will say it hasn't been like horrible. I have seen some of the comments like on my wash video, and a lot of people were talking about, ooh, that detangling, I do not miss the detangling and all of that, and I can definitely feel y'all. Like, that's definitely an adjustment. But in general, you guys, post locks, locks, and now, like, I've always had a relatively good relationship with my hair. Personally, I enjoy combing my hair. So I will say some parts of having loose hair can get annoying sometimes, but I think because I already enjoy doing my hair, those extra little tedious parts such as detangling and stuff like that, it doesn't feel like a horrible chore to me. It kind of just feels like the process of doing your hair, which again, I enjoy doing my hair. Like, even when I had my locks, you guys know I did a bunch of styling, so it's definitely different, but it's not necessarily different in a bad way. It's just different in how I have to kind of readjust my priorities and things like that when it comes to taking care of my hair and styling it day to day. So now on to the overall health of my hair. A lot of people want to know, is my hair still healthy after enduring the process of combing out my locks? And I would say yes. I think my hair is in great condition. So I mentioned this before, but overall I am very satisfied and pleased with how much of my length and fullness I was able to retain. The actual combing out process can be a little rough, and it is a lot of manipulation, you know, just combing through the hair. And I also colored and bleached my locks the entire time I was locked, so I was a little scared to see like what the actual condition of my hair would be, but I would say that it is in pretty good condition. If you guys haven't seen my hair in its natural state, I showed it in my wash video, but I'll also insert another clip here if you guys haven't seen it. In my combing out video, I showed you guys how much hair I actually lost, and I will say, like, that first week after combing out my locks, my hair still shed, which is to be expected because I'm sure there were still loose hairs that didn't come out when I was combing them or that didn't come out when I was washing them, but I'm pretty sure it's just the shed hair from the last 3 years. I don't think that my hair was like coming out from the scalp. I also told you guys that my scalp was really sensitive. So the sensitive scalp lasted about a week and a half. And yeah, again, that was probably more so just from like the combing out process because it is somewhat of a rough process, but the sensitive scalp only lasted for about a week and a half. There's certain areas that are kind of still a little sensitive and tender, but nothing too crazy. I'm still just getting used to, again, combing my hair, like running a comb through my hair, touching my scalp and things like that. Like, I could do some of that with my locks, but it's definitely different with loose hair. So I think my scalp and my nerves are still kind of adjusting to me touching my scalp and hair a lot more now. So like I mentioned before, I was going to be seeing a stylist, and I actually had my appointment 3 days ago. I went to a stylist who I was going to before I even locked my hair. She's dealt with my natural hair before, and so for my appointment I got a wash. She also gave me like a hydrating protein treatment. We did a silk press, and then she gave me a trim. And y'all, first of all, the wash just was so amazing. Like, I hadn't had anyone wash my hair in a few years, so I love having other people wash my hair because it just feels so good. And I think too, because my scalp was already sensitive, like that washing, oh my god, it just felt so good. Going forward, I am going to start going to my stylist a little more regularly. Obviously not for everything because I do know how to maintain my hair, but I definitely want to start going at least to have her wash my hair every now and then because it's nothing like having somebody else wash your hair. But yeah, she was really surprised at the overall health and integrity of my hair too. She was just also saying, considering everything that I've done, considering the combing out process, for the most part my hair is in good condition. Did straighten it before she did the trim, and you can really see how much it had grown, but my ends, I knew that those ends was gonna be chewed up. First of all, when I started my locks, I had some heat damage, and then again going through all that stuff, like I knew them ends was gonna be chewed up, and they definitely were. So we did take a few inches off of the ends, but I was still able to retain some of my length. So I got my hair done 3 days ago, y'all, and me and this humidity, it ain't even that humid, but me and this frizz, we've been fighting, so it is kind of frizzy now. And I did this little style this morning, but I will insert a clip and show you guys what my hair looks like fresh from the hair shop. So yes, I am very happy with the length. I could still do a lot with this length. She did tell me that I had a little breakage in this area, which I wasn't surprised, because when I had my locks, y'all, this part of my head used to itch so bad, and I will always pick and scratch and just dig in this area. And I will also notice that sometimes when I would retwist my hair, I would see little short pieces. So yeah, she did tell me that I had a little breakage here, but she was still able to like get all the dead ends without like completely big chopping my hair. And she just told me going forward, I need to just get on a good deep condition routine. Lastly, the color. So again, I colored my hair a lot while it was locked. And when I combed out my locks, you can definitely tell just like the inconsistency in the color. Not that my hair was colored badly with the locks, but you know, when you color locks, there's no real way to ensure that it's penetrating evenly throughout the entire lock. So obviously when you comb out your locks, there's gonna be inconsistencies within the hair. And because I colored my hair so much, y'all, it's a bunch of different colors. We didn't do the color correction at my appointment because she told me before I even had my appointment that she wanted to see my hair in person and check it out and all of that. And then after we straightened it, she said she could really see the areas that needed to be fixed. So I haven't got my color correction yet, but I do have it scheduled for later this month. And with my color correction, I really just want to get back to my natural color. And she said that should be a fairly simple like two-step process. So yeah, I'll have my color correction later this month, and yeah, I think my hair will be back to being good.
So I forgot to talk about this in my sit down, but I did want to talk about my edges. So my hair has always been naturally fine, especially around my perimeter, but I feel like since combing out my locks, my edges have looked a little thinner than usual. This past winter, I did a 2-strand twist style, and on this side specifically, I had a twist that was too tight, and I didn't go back and unloosen it, and it did rip out my edges, which was my fault. And over time, it started to fill in, but combing out my locks really exposed how bad it was. And I mean, it's not the absolute worst, but it's definitely something that I need to give a little extra TLC and definitely be mindful of when styling going forward.
I definitely been kind of debating and trying to fill out this process of having loose hair to figure out like what I want just kind of like my everyday look to be, because even with loose hair you still can kind of tailor it to what you want just like your look to be. So I've still been trying to figure that out. I don't see myself being a silk press girly only because y'all, they just don't last. But this look is cute. I haven't done a lot of styling with my hair in its natural state, only because again, it's only been 2 weeks, y'all, and I really didn't want to do too much manipulation until I got my trim and everything like that. So yeah, we'll see going forward. I have one more style that I'm gonna get for my birthday. I had an appointment booked already too, and I think after my birthday I'll probably go into some protective styles for like the winter time. We'll see. But for now, y'all, this is my hair. Although my edges are starting to like revert and my nape and stuff is starting to revert, I kind of like the frizzy straight hair just because y'all could see in them clips when I first came back from getting my hair done how thin my hair looks. I told you guys when I was locked that I had fine hair, and I feel like in its natural state and when I was locked you really couldn't tell how fine my hair was, but every time I straightened it you can always see like how thin and fine it is. So yeah, I kind of like the fluffy frizzy styles. I would consider doing like blowout styles with my hair because I feel like it looks full. But yeah, y'all, since we used to do the texture shots with the locks, I'm gonna zoom in and show you guys what my hair is looking like up close and personal. You can definitely see like the color, it kind of looks green, y'all, because I was going from browns and blondes to black, and there's just a lot. But yeah, y'all, that is going to be it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you beautiful people in my next video. Bye.